okay, we'll get through this, right? As we've heard in various readings this morning, the idea of earthen jars made from clay, vessels filled with the very breath of life, filled by a compassionate creator, and hewn from the earth itself, is nearly universal. We heard very many forms of it, from the Quran, from the Torah, from scripture, from poetry. The idea of us and our lives being part of a vessel created with care and love crosses all kinds. The imagery can speak directly to us if we listen closely. It can echo through our own experience. Clay jars, sometimes intricate and detailed, other times quite simple in their form, each have a deep beauty of their own. Take a moment and consider the hands that form them, the gentle but strong hands that mold the clay, and the fire of the kiln that hardens it. Simple lumps of clay becoming amazing pieces of art, no matter what their purpose or function. Some of these vessels may be used to hold water or other items. Some are used for daily, seemingly mundane tasks. Others are cherished and kept for special occasions, rituals, traditions, family time. Whether intricate and detailed or sacred in their mundane and meaningful tasks, both and all are beautiful. They are made and crafted with care and valuable from the onset. Simultaneously, we also know and understand that jars of clay are fragile, as we ourselves are fragile. They can crack easily despite our care. The slightest bump of the table can send them crashing to the floor and broken into hundreds of pieces. A short drop or too much pressure will leave them cracked and missing pieces. It is almost as if this jar, this vessel that was created with care, was destined to be broken, potentially discarded, and beyond use. Have you felt this way? We likely wouldn't be in this room this morning, whether patient or family member or loved ones, if we didn't know or experience this brokenness. Can you trace the cracks of your own story? Are you aware of the missing pieces of the vessel as you sit at a dining room table with an empty seat, a vacation without a loved one? Maybe it is though you lay shattered on the floor, believing you are beyond repair. It is in our individual and our corporate suffering that we gain strength. It is hoping beyond hope that the potter will reform us, repair us, and breathe in us new life. It is what we long for. Maybe you arrived at Caron with some of that hope. Maybe you don't feel much, if any, of that hope this morning. Maybe you feel stuck, lost, abandoned, and hopeless. Maybe you simply have run out of options and you're here by default. Maybe you are a family member, envisioning yourself kneeling on the floor, hunched over that shattered jar, the shards of clay, wet with your tears, and unsure what to do, or if you'll ever be able to help put it back together. Desperately wanting to save your loved one, your parent, your sibling, your child. Regardless of why or how you got here, you are here. And you are sober today. Don't underestimate the power of that reality. Whether by your design or someone else's, you are here and present and available for the restoration that we believe is possible, that we have experienced, that we witness. Our reading from Corinthians also reminds us that even though we may feel abandoned, we have not truly and fully been abandoned. That although we may have been knocked down, we have not been utterly destroyed. That Christ himself understands our suffering as evidenced in both his life and his death. And also understanding that resurrection and restoration is available for us all as it was with him. Therefore, we can live in truth that we're able to and deserve the repair and healing that God, the Creator, longs to do in our lives, if we allow it and if we participate in it. It is not something that he is miraculously going to do without our permission and without our involvement. There is an ancient Japanese art form called Kintsugi, literally meaning golden repair. This depicts the restoration of these vessels in a powerful way. It's an art form that was wonderfully described in the poem that Casey shared with us this morning called Then. Kintsugi is a Japanese practice that it highlights and enhances the break while repairing the piece, adding immeasurable value and strength to what was once a broken object. The art form and the repair is made by using hot gold and other precious metals that are heated to liquid form and poured into the cracks and into the places that are missing. As I looked and learned about Kintsugi, one author noted that it is the art of precious scars. Please know we are not beyond repair, but our scars will persist. But they can be made beautiful and radiant and shine, displaying our growth and our change. Kintsugi suggests the broken objects are not something to discard or hide, but to display with pride and honor. In turn, our brokenness becomes our strength. What was once ugly becomes beautiful, and the treasure made even more valuable. The cracks are filled with the gold, creating greater strength, beauty, and value. This will not happen overnight. It can only begin when we admit and realize how broken we truly are. When we take an inventory of how things are today and in this moment. This is followed by a gathering of the shards, of the broken pieces. The puzzle begins to fit back together. The gold is melted and mixed with other precious metals and carefully poured into our wounds. Our hands are likely burned in the process and cut by the shards as we place them back together. The relief is not immediate. It's not immediate. It will take time and be gradual. The vessel is then returned to the kiln and fired again, hardened and strengthened. We cannot hide our scars. They remain visible and evident of our breaking. They can and do tell our story. Like a broken bone that heals, these fragile spaces are now strengthened and stronger than before. There is restoration, healing, life, and light. Those areas that had once held shame now reflect our growth. May our individual and combined story of healing indicate that a recovery journey is available for each of you. May it become a beacon to others, instilling hope and providing evidence of our strength, our combined strength. Let us be reminded by the final stanzas from this morning's poem. Now we stand in the light, not as we were, but as we are. Not untouched, but whole. Not unscarred, but radiant. Every fracture tells a story. Every golden seam whispers. It whispers that we have endured, that we do heal, that we continue. The journey is not over. We are still stepping forward, still gathering the pieces, still learning the delicate art of loving ourselves, of finding beauty in the breaking and the mending. Kintsugi, a love story, a life story, a journey unfinished, forever shining. If we are honest, each of us is broken and cracked. May we allow ourselves to be repaired by our loving Creator, the artist and potter who longs to mend and repair our broken places, transforming us into the masterpiece that we were created to be. Made beautiful, even more beautiful by our scars. Now we'll have Meg come